Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Life Sucks So What? Today I have once again Mustafa with.
What's up?
Okay, all right, we're here.
Oh, yeah,
You
we're
here?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Okay, all right, sounds good. How's your week? How's your weekend? Or last week? It's kind of a weird
a long
recording
weekend.
time. It's a long weekend.
Long
yeah.
weekend. I got Friday off.
Oh yeah, because of. So do you have Monday off too, or just one day?
No,
One
Monday
day.
I'm working.
Okay.
So Monday I'm fucked. So anyone who orders anything on Monday, expect it not to be delivered because it's gonna be left behind. Because there's too much freight. If you take a day off, I'm fucked. And like it's a multi-billion-dollar company. Like you can't pay me time and a half on
No, 'cause
Friday.
they have to give you one of the day. They have to give you either Friday off or Monday off.
No, but the thing is with us, so there's two. Like we have hourly people who will get paid time and a half or stat.
Yeah.
With us, I'm an owner operator, so if I don't work, I don't get paid. But if I do work on a holiday, which most of the time they give us work, pay me time and a half.
They probably
Right?
have to pay you a lot more than they do that.
Oh yeah, a lot more.
Like a lot.
But like, like pay me, motherfucker.
It just means more work.
Well, what's up with you? Anything new with you?
I just came back from Whistler. It kind of like, the thing is, I was thinking about like, should I even say this? Because it's like, we're supposed to be in a lockdown right now, and I just kind of like slide my way up to like Whistler. But did you know that I got shut down the day I came down?
You're fucked. You're so fucked. Yo, put that mic a little bit closer to you and like,
bit closer.
keep-
All right, like in my mouth?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like just keep.
It's in my mouth.
Yeah,
now.
and maybe
Okay.
clean that mic after too. But how was Whistler? Like, were people partying at all?
No, like I mean, clubs were open or bars were open,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't go at all. Like we just kind of bought food and like cooked because we were only there for like we were only there for the weekend, and the whole purpose of the trip was just kind of like hang out with each other, and just
I need to go to Whistler, man.
do things in the hot tub, get
I've-
freaky. Why didn't you go Whistler? Have you not? Have
You
you
know,
not
no,
been?
I've been to Whistler. You're not. Listen to this.
Okay, deep breath. Everything's okay. Deep breath.
So my dad has a job in Whistler, right?
Yeah.
He did this whole entire townhouse complex unit, and what's it called? Now they're giving they sending him back, and every time he goes, they give him one of the townhouse complexes, like one of the units.
Okay.
It has a hot tub on the second floor.
Oh, like to stay in.
To stay in, right?
Okay,
While he
gotcha.
works there. My
Oh, you
dad's
mean
like,
like give him as a gift here? Here.
No, not like, oh, here you go.
Yeah.
Right? But it's just like, yeah, here's a place to stay, do your work. So then me and my cousin were like, hey, my dad's like, hey, if you guys want, come, we'll drink, eat, whatever. And my dad's a raging alcoholic. So it's just like, it's all good. Like,
Aren't you Muslim?
it's, hey,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
maybe new
Not,
Muslim. I
not,
don't
not
know.
all of you guys are good. Not all of you guys are good.
No. But so fucking, we grab me and my cousin, we go down there, whatever. First night, we get fucked up. Don't mix substances. And that's what we did, right? We mixed.
Like, don't mix alcohol. You mean?
Don't mix alcohol with any other thing
Oh,
that
yeah,
you
yeah,
do,
yeah,
right?
okay.
So fucking, we get fucked up. We go to all, and drinks are so cheap. We get fucked up, come back, I puke everywhere. Like, like fucking. So we go back to the car to have a smoke before we get inside the townhouse. I fucking puke everywhere, and my cousin's so funny. So we're walking back, and then he's like, "Dude, who the fuck exactly?" We said, "Who the fuck pukes?" He's like, he does a walking puke. Where he's like,
Did you see? You saw the puke?
yeah, everywhere.
Are you someone that like when you see puke, like do you puke? Like do you have?
No,
Like,
I don't get
No?
that. I don't get
Okay.
that. But then where it gets fucked up, so it's day 2. We're like, okay, we're not gonna try to mix as much. We're just gonna go with the regular. So we go in, we're drinking again. We have a little bit of substances, not too much.
Yeah.
And then it's cool
You,
because
you decided to tone it back down.
yeah. I can't say the word of substance, but everyone knows it's legal now.
Yeah.
But it's dope because we were walking around and everyone in the village is like, they would see us and I'm like, here, have a hit. Like I started Corona back like
Oh, okay,
years
so
ago.
okay, I was like, wait, hold on.
I'll be like, yo, you want to hit? You want to hit? You want to hit? I'm just like, this thing is so wet from people hitting. I'm like, fuck it, right? But I'm in that great of a mood because Whistler's that amazing of a place.
Because of the substance.
So we leave. We get out. We're going to another club. When we do leave and go to the other club, these 2 Australian girls tagged along with us and started walking with us and talking. We're like, okay, cool, whatever, bro. I'm not even talking to them. I have my girl at the time. I'm like, I'm not really, but whatever. They're tagged along with us, and as long as we can get in without cover, because 2 girls, 2 guys. Hey, it's a party. So we're going to this.
It's a party.
It's a party. So we're going to the club, dude. I'll never forget this moment in my life. There's a midget. Like, midget.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're allowed to say midget and cancel culture, but
I
like a
don't-
short person,
Okay.
right? But I'm still
I think
calling him a
that's more
midget.
socially acceptable.
No, midget. Fuck it, midget. Cancel. There's a midget and he's in a onesie, right? And I'm like, this is so weird. Why is he in a onesie? Next thing you know, there's these fucking 7 Surrey Jacks that surround him. Some of them are kind of small. 2 of them are kind of big. Not like jacked big, but they're like maybe 6'2", 6'3", kind of like beer bellies, whatever, right? And they're like talking shit to this midget. I'm like, yo, like, why are you picking on this midget?
Oh, so
right?
then they're okay. I thought you said they were with them.
No. They were just in front of the club, right?
Yeah.
They're talking shit to this midget who's in a onesie, and I'm like, this is so weird. Whatever. And then the Australian girls are like, yeah, bye. And then the girl points at me. He's like, he fucked your girlfriend. I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you? I'm like, oh, what's going on?
No way.
Bro, then out of nowhere, these 2 fucking Bradley Martin looking motherfuckers, 6'5", jacked in onesies, go in huge. They go in, just fucking deck the brown guys out. They all start running. They're like, Jazzcorn, run. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is
like at night.
At night, like in front of the club.
Okay.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? These guys in these onesies came out of nowhere, and their onesies ripped. They're like, oh, fucking start deck. I'm like, there's a midget.
Are you sure you're not in like?
No. This is all legit. We get inside the club with these girls. We didn't pay cover. We're like, cool. I go and grab drinks, and I see the midget. I'm like, yo, what happened? He's like, they called me a midget, man. I'm like, that's life. Life sucks. So what, right? I'm like,
that just that took such an innocent
I'm
turn.
like, bro, but you're. I said it to him, but I'm like, but aren't you? He's like, yeah, but you don't have to say it. I'm like,
that's true. Like,
right.
Come on. Like,
whatever. It's whatever.
That's a hate.
Yeah,
crime,
but I gotta
okay?
go to Whistler.
That's a hate crime.
But fuck, today was my thing. 100 days till my wedding.
Oh.
We got the.
How's the planning part go? Because I don't know it. Like, I mean, like, we're relatively the same age, but like, I haven't really even thought about marriage. Like, I mean, I thought about it, but not like to the extent that you probably have, or you are going to have a wedding. You're gonna get married.
First off, planning a wedding and COVID is retarded.
I bet.
Retarded, right? Like,
You
it's
said
like,
it was like max 20 people.
No, right. So it was first it was 10, then it was 20. Now it's 50, but we haven't confirmed 50. But I think it is 50. But like, we got enough.
Where's the venue? Like, is it
the venue is gonna be at this barn in Ladner. Like, it's like a nice, really open area and everything.
Why would it be still max? Like,
I don't know, right?
Okay,
We'll see, right? When the summer, because everyone's supposed to be vaccinated by then. But we just got our invitations and everything, and dude, planning everything has been like. She's like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that, and I'm like,
what's been the hardest part? Like,
the hardest part,
planning the events.
I don't know. I don't really care. She
does it.
She does it all. She comes to me. She's like, what do you think? I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's okay. It's cool. This, that, whatever. But fuck, it was just like. But I'm still in my head. I still need to propose. I still haven't proposed yet.
What do you mean you haven't proposed?
Okay, so
yet?
how?
So how are you guys getting married? But then
No. So how it happens is, for example, okay, so her parents, like, additionally, what we wanted to do was just get engaged, whatever, and move out together because I just got a place in Tsawwassen.
So you guys already done that? So
Well, no. So before we did that, right? My parents are like, we don't want, like, my parents are respectful to the fact they're like, we don't want to just. We want to get permission from their family,
yeah,
right?
100%.
So what they do in their culture is called a tikka, and what we do is called a nikah, right? Where basically
it's the same thing, but just
same thing, pretty much. Guy goes over, asks for permission from the girl.
Do you have to like bring cows and like sheep?
No.
And, no. Okay.
You're fucking racist.
I'm not. I'm just like I'm
Stereotype.
Just not
I know. I'm fucking with you. So then, yeah, whatever. So our parents sat down. We had dinner first, right? And then after that we did a ring ceremony, right? Which basically then it's what we do is basically.
Is it? Do you have to buy like a brand new ring, or do you pass on?
No. So what you do is you just. I don't know if people pass on. I think that's more of like when you're getting married, you give the passed on because a wedding ring would. Like, there's the wedding ring that you wear all the time, and then there's like just
like
the big rock one, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, so we do it. Dad hands over, like, writes to the girl, whatever. Which I don't know if you're allowed to even say that. Like, oh, I'm giving her rights away. It's like, bro, like, she's not going anywhere.
Well, I mean,
she has rights.
Traditionally speaking, like, I understand it, but I'm not like. I mean, definitely, it's not the same nowadays.
No, but it's just the fact that it's like, yo, I'm allowing the marriage, pretty much, right? Yeah. Even though she can still get married, like. We didn't give a fuck if they gave permission or not. It was just the fact, let's just try to, in the long
formalities,
term, like, let all the family, like, fucking, let's try and not start off beefing right away, right?
Yeah. How was it? Did they take it
Yeah,
well?
everything went fine because
Okay.
I think her parents expected like my mom to come in like a hijab and like my dad to be like fucking like
Like
big
full-on
beard.
traditional?
No, my dad came like we sit in the restaurant. My dad straight up was like, "Can I get a Heineken?" And he's like, "You want one too?" And then he's like, "What the fuck?" Like, and my mom fluent English because she went to fucking Kwantlen and everything here, right?
yeah.
And they're like, "We're expecting fucking like."
Like a language barrier of some sort.
Language barrier, like they're
How is her parents?
her
though?
parents are cool. Like they can
Like-
speak.
like
Dad's
full-on-
perfect. Mom's a little bit but at the same
okay.
time, mom doesn't like me,
But
so
they get-
she's like
But they can actually like communicate with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, it's all good, no problem. Yeah. So then basically everything got good. So, but the thing is, beforehand, I would have like if we didn't have that dilemma of my parents and her parents,
Right.
I would have just done a special thing, right? But I never could. So now,
You guys wanted to elope, essentially.
well, yeah, but now I have to. So now the wedding's getting planned, and now I have to propose. So that's my
What are
dilemma.
your proposal plans?
I have no clue. But you know what fucking pisses me off? She keeps seeing this shit on fucking social media. Like, oh, look at Jerry ask fucking Stephanie to marry. Look how beautiful it is. Like, fucking, if you name your kid Jerry, go fuck yourself first, right? Like, ooh, my name's
What's wrong with Jerry?
I don't like the name Jerry. If you're watching and your name is Jerry, I feel sorry for you. There's
I
nothing.
apologize for Mustafa
Yeah.
on his behalf.
No. But yeah, now I'm just like, fuck. Like, she has all these expectations where I'm just like, I'm just trying to. And social media has been like, it's like, she'll send me this. She's like, oh, what do you think of this? And like, I'm thinking it's
She's
wedding.
like, and trying to hint towards
Like, she's like, what do you think of this wedding thing? And I'll look at it and I'm like, sick. And then the funny thing, her sister will message me and be like, yeah, so when are you going to do it? Like, you want me to come with you or you need help? And I'm just like, I haven't even thought of anything. So I have to make up a lie on the spot.
Here's the thing. It's like, so for me, like I've seen those like wedding proposal videos. I've seen all these like cute like relationship like things. It's like it's great. It's amazing. But
Yeah.
the thing is like, I feel like if that's like obviously you're not that type of person. I don't know how you're in a relationship. But like for me, for example, I'm not that lovey-dovey type. Like I'm much rather like even for like a lot of like anniversaries or special like Valentine's Day. Like my approach to them is like I'm happy to celebrate it with you, but at the same time like my goal or what I want to try to do is to kind of make you feel like every day is Valentine's Day. Like just like kind of like give you that constant love instead of like, like having to celebrate it in that one day and like have it like accumulate to that one day.
Yeah, I get you, right? Like, I'm horrible at these things. But like, when I do something,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Like, I'll go
Well,
all
yeah,
out,
of course.
right? But for me, I'm on the short end of the stick because listen to this bullshit. So you have Christmas, December 25th, right? You
Yeah.
exchange gifts or whatever. January 12th, her birthday.
Okay.
Sick.
And
Cool.
then Valentine's Day?
Month later, Valentine's Day, February 14th. And guess what our 1 year anniversaries are? March 14th. So within so after like,
So how much money do you typically have to
I
throw?
lose, like, I'm broke
Yeah.
right now. Like, I'm like, I get all these things and I pay for the wedding and this.
Oh
and
yeah. Because
like,
it's wow, okay. So
Like, bro,
it
like-
just ended for you. All the
I'm like,
celebrations.
what can I? And then after all this is done, it's tax season, and I'm like, what the fuck you want me to? Like, I'm like, dude, anyone who posts anything on social media, like, it's just like, stop it, because you're fucking up my life. Like, don't like really
But-
like.
Yeah, like here's my take on like social media and like let's talk about like social media and
False
and-
narratives. It's what it is, man. It's
Yes,
what it is.
there is definitely that. But like let's take a moment and really like kind of dive into like the social media and how it affects like your relationships, your
Yeah.
daily life. But like specifically right now it's all about relationships because I can definitely see that like with Sabrina, like with everyone, right? Like because I mean if you think about the wedding, the proposal, like people only really want to go through that once. Well, I would assume that people only want to go through that once. of,
People
like-
no, people get 50 divorce rates at 50%. People are getting married.
I know,
multiple
but I'm
times.
saying that like it's like people go into it thinking that it's only gonna happen once, or
That's what you hope so.
or that's what you're hoping for,
Hope.
right?
Hope.
So her having high expectations, or even you have like if you're someone that treats it the same way, having high expectations, it's completely acceptable. I get that, but you're right. Like social media really does feed you certain things that may be realistic to someone else, but it's not realistic at all to your scenario.
Because what I feel like what social media has fucked for the average Joe is
Mm-hmm.
the fact of, so before social media, it was just a movie, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, that happens in movies.
Yeah,
And
or
if
like
you
a
and if you-
newspaper or
Yeah,
like-
and if you
yeah.
could recreate it, that's amazing, right? Like, good for you. You tried your best. Now it's like some average fuck is going out and doing all this crazy shit. Like, oh, I took her to Fairmont and there was a waterfall and this.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
It's
yeah.
like suck my.
Or Crazy Rich Asians. Have you
Bro,
seen that movie? Like,
yeah, like don't post that.
God
Keep it
damn.
to yourself.
God
I don't
damn.
give a fuck that you asked out Jessica finally and you're getting married.
Did you see like the wedding scene in Crazy Rich Asians?
The best is, bro. The best is this is my favorite scene.
What?
When she's like walking like
Yeah.
in the water and she's like, and there's water.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah,
why
yeah.
the fuck is there water? But then she's like walking like.
They flooded. I was like, what the hell? Like, like first of all, like you're in like this historical like church building,
Yeah.
and then you're fucking flooding this place. Like, what?
I didn't get the water scene, but it was cool and shit.
It was really cool.
But I don't want water on my shit.
No, but the thing is, like, I bet Sabrina was like looking at that. I was like,
She cried during that scene. I'm like,
dude, I like.
what the fuck you want me to do? I'll make you cry of disappointment on our wedding, but I can't make you cry because there's water on the
You're
ground.
walking down the aisle, but she's not crying because of happiness. She's
Yeah.
crying because she's just fucking depressed.
She's like,
This is my wedding.
he put me through so much.
I'm sorry, Sabrina. Like, I'll try to nudge this guy closer to giving you the wedding that you want, but no. But, okay, but back to like social media. So like, how would you say like has it shaped? Like, has it gotten you more stressed about the wedding because of like some of the things that like are influencing like?
Oh,
her
it's everything. She
decisions
will
or-
post me something like, oh, look at their wedding. They like, dude, when we were choosing a photographer, right? I was just gonna hire like this guy that I work with, right?
Yeah.
But he's like a really good photographer. I showed Sabrina the work, and she's like, oh, he's really, really good. Perfectly fine. But no, because fucking Lions fucking Films or Sungate Films or like these are local photographers here, like
Okay.
the name of the companies.
Okay.
Because or fucking whatever, they posted something and it's like, oh, look how great this looks or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what the like, I'm like, babe, but he was like, he's good. He's actually better. But no, but babe, here's the thing. So because fucking Amandeep posted this, right? It actually looks really good. But then we can't really go with that guy because Jasmine during her wedding, it was really bad, and he's supposed to like. I'm like, like, what the fuck? But that's my issue because I'm having two different weddings. I have that Indian wedding where I have to respect their culture and everything, and do their stuff, and then our wedding is literally.
Is that happening at? So you're having two weddings, but it's happening at the same time, or is it like two different times?
No, so our wedding here is July 11th, and then our wedding in Turkey, it's in August.
Oh, so you're going back to Turkey
I
as
have to
well
go-
for a while.
Well, the thing is, that's the plan. Realistically, is it
yeah.
going to happen? Mom and
Yeah.
Dad, probably not. But I'll try my best. But I don't know. But back to the relationship and just social medias in general. It's like, dude, like in our relationship, we never had an issue. Like there was moments in our relationship where I'm just like, I don't like anyone's shit. Because even when I first started, like I would like buddy, like for example, like my buddy who had a kid, I liked it. Like that's likable, right?
Innocent
But then,
little photo.
like, but if I open my Instagram in public, I can't, because like when I scroll like ass titties, ass titties.
Who are you following?
No,
on
but you know what?
Instagram?
You follow these meme groups, right?
Yeah.
And they're like,
and then they
oh,
post like
oh, look at fucking Stephanie's XOXO OnlyFans, and I'm like,
Yeah.
like I'll be on the SkyTrain, and I'm like, oh fuck, like. I might, and what if
No, I remember that transition. Like, there's so much porn on the like, on social
and
media
dude,
nowadays.
like just a fight, like it's not even the fight. It's like, let's say someone messages me, right? Like there was this issue where the fact of like this one girl messaged me, X. I barely talked. I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I'm saying one word answers, right? Just done. I'm sleeping. Sabrina comes over. She's like, "Can I use your phone real quick?" Whatever. She hops on, looks, and she's like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" I'm like, "It's nothing." They like look at the messages. It's it's one word answers. Like I'm not even communicating with this person, but at the same time, I don't want to be like intent wise. I should have just deleted and blocked.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
of course. But it's just
there was no need. I'm like literally my answers are like what's up, like nothing much, like NTM with no you. Like, what do you want me to say? That means like I'm not interested.
like
I'm done. Right?
one-sided,
Like you can clearly see I'm in a
you're
relationship.
just trying to like respect the person, someone reaching out to
dude,
you.
there's been moments where like I'm just like, I'm gonna delete everything. But at the same time, that's not just with relationship, like social.
The social media platform.
There's people that post some stupid shit where I'm just like, fuck off. But then there's people that fuck up their whole lives. Their whole like, dude. So my dad, right? He's like the youngest sibling out of like 7. So his oldest sister has her son, which is my cousin, first cousin. He's like 40 something years old, right?
Your cousin's 40 something. Oh, right,
because
you're the youngest. Yeah,
my
your
dad's the
dad's
youngest, and
sibling,
his older sister, right, has
How many cousins do you have then?
fuck a lot,
Oh,
fuckload,
okay.
fuckload.
Sorry,
like too
back
many
to your
count.
story.
Like first, second, third cousins, but
You don't
back
need
to
to. You don't need to go into your cousins.
dude. Like, imagine how you fuck up your life like this. This guy has a second family, but
Yeah.
no one knows. No one knows, right? We didn't know till he posted a photo of some girl with 2 kids, and he's married with a kid. We're like, what the fuck? Instantly deleted, gone. We're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck was that? And then everyone's like, and then he didn't know what to say, and he's like, he's
Like, did he have?
he has a second wife who's Russian, and who came here as a tourist, and they fell in love because because his family's in one city, but sometimes he'll have to go to like during the tourist destinations because he needs to be the doctor on scene at certain hospitals because they need more people.
Okay.
So he posted it and has 2 kids. It's like, bro, think about it back in the 60s where like you could have like a completely second family.
That's true.
No one would know.
Yeah,
But because of social media, anyone could find out anything about you.
information
And he fucked
travels.
up his whole life. I don't know what happened to him. I don't even know.
Dude, information. And the thing is, like, you know, the funny thing is, like, if he never, like, even posted that, like, if himself never posted that, there's still so many ways for that information to be, like, exposed and leaked. Like, think about all that shit that's happening with, like, celebrities, like, and, like, what was it? King Bach. Like, you were telling me about King Bach and how back in his Vine days, he did make some, like funny racial...
Stereotypical jokes.
like, jokes, right?
Yeah.
Which really, like... Does he have the...
Is there intent behind it?
No, exactly.
Where he's like, yeah, fuck Islam. Fuck,
no,
like,
no, of course not. And I feel like most of the time when it becomes like very like not necessarily a stereotype, more like a racial attack, is when it's actually like more. Like in my opinion, like, well, actually, I'm not even gonna dive in that, but like, I just don't think like his stuff was like meant to trigger people the way that's triggering people now.
No.
Because like people are digging his stuff back up and like canceling him because of the stuff that he made before.
And that's social media.
Yeah.
Like there is a fat fuck out there that has nothing to do with his life.
Yeah.
Just sitting there. He might not even be fat, but if you are, I'm in my head, you are, right? You're fat. You're not doing anything with your life. No job, no nothing. Mm-hmm. You're collecting CERB because you're useless. And then you'll just go look at everyone's things and just like, oh, look what this person posted. Look what this person posted. And I'm just like, but like, that's the fucked up thing with like social media. And like for example, imagine a girl that goes on your profile, right?
Yeah.
Like, and she goes back to like, oh, your old shit, old stuff. And then you're like, but that's not the person you are today. Mm-hmm. But because it's written and you wrote it years ago, you are what you say. Done.
Yeah.
Instead of like, I thought the actions, like, why don't you look at this guy now? Like,
well, no, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, that has always been one of my fears, like starting a podcast and using social media is that one day, like, no matter what I say, you know, I could be like super drunk and just tweeting out something stupid, or we can have this podcast, and 5-10 years down the road, where I'm trying to be like a CEO or start my own business, people will be like, hey,
remember when you said
this? And I'm like, yes, I do, but how does that have any context with how I am now? Like, do you not understand that like I said before, like, to you, is that we wake up every single day biologically a different person. Like, our hormone levels are different.
Hormone levels are different, but I think there's studies where the fact of every 5 to 7 years, the way you think about certain situations, your morals and values can change.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, because he did this back then, how can you judge him to this now?
And here's the thing too, is so I don't know when that study came out, but I feel like nowadays with social media, your values and your morals can change a lot faster.
Yes.
Because you're being exposed to like information at like the speed of light.
Yeah.
Like, you literally can go from like being in like pro-life to like pro-choice.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like depending on how much you dig into each side.
Yeah, you could go from Black Lives Matter to fucking All Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Just on a snap of a finger.
Exactly.
Because you're like, oh, that makes sense. I'm now with this. And then you're like, oh, but this makes sense. And now I go with this.
And
here's
here's my other part about social media is that I think social media, as much as it's great in connecting people, it has also given people that sense that everyone, like, all our voices are the same. You'll say, for example, your example of that guy that, you know, whatever you said, like, he could potentially feel like his voice is it's the same as, like, say if Barack Obama sent out a tweet, or say if Trump sent a tweet, right? Because the thing is, now it's like it's people add to the fuel, right? Say for example, you comment a very controversial comment on someone's video or someone's post, and you get all the likes on your thing. That's gonna fuel you. You can be like, oh my god, my opinion,
people
my voice
people
matters.
actually notice me.
Yeah.
I'm getting attention.
Yeah. So
Then you're becoming an attention whore, and then you keep seeking it and seeking it.
Exactly.
It's not cool, man. It's fucked up. But
No.
like at the same time, you can like completely destroy people's lives.
Yeah.
But at the real quick topic, like while we're still on this, kids, like, dude, we used to like. I remember going on people's profile, whatever.
Yeah.
Like not me. Okay, never mind. Let me take that back. Not me. I didn't, but I saw other people go on other people's profiles, like back in high school, whatever, and all that. And it's like,
But like
people-
for us, social media just started when we were in high school.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we're the test pilots of it, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, do you think you know when they were going to show that we're not going to be able to show you your likes or whatever, or how many followers and
Yes.
all that?
Yeah.
I feel like that was a great step, but for people who are under 18. Like once you're over 18, then I'm like, because I'm like, yo, like this girl can post something that has low self-esteem, and then everyone's like, oh, look at her, like she has fucking like only 3 likes, and then she's like, oh my god, what the fuck, right? Like why aren't people like keep that data to yourself? Like I feel like just a generation pull where it's like, even when I'm talking to my younger cousins and they're like, oh yeah, I have this many followers, or even my younger sister, she'll post something and be like, yeah, I got like 120 and that girl only has like 12. She's so stupid. I'm like,
but it's such a toxic thing. And what I was about to say is that the platforms, like the whole like liking thing and unliking thing, right? It's very simple. So I personally believe that all of us, like every single human being, just wants to be appreciated for something, right? Like say for example, like when do you normally find yourself posting on social media? When you're in a new, maybe you're in a new space, you're in a new country, you're on a trip, maybe you're enjoying a nice view, like
you're sharing your moments.
You're sharing your moments, right? That's what people want to do. They want to. That's what social media platforms are for. It's like some of them.
That's what a camera was.
Exactly.
To share your moments. Now you're
right?
sharing it online to everyone.
So here's the thing. So when you share those moments, what we want is just simply like a pat on the back, like, "Hey man, great view, like nice trip." You know, like, "Oh, good job, you lifted, like, you broke your PR, great job." We only want a pat on the back, right? But then people, just for some reason, they're like, "I'm not gonna give this guy a pat on the back. I'm gonna fucking judge him on everything. Why is that cup in your background? Why do you drink Coke and not Pepsi?" You know, like they literally like try to attack you in like all different angles,
and it can mentally break you down.
Exactly. But here's the thing that I had to get across to my head whenever I use social media is that like whatever I see, whatever I post, that's just like a sliver, like the camera. It just takes one still picture. Now you see videos, but it's a one still picture, one video, one snippet of that person's life.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know what went on behind after that video was taken or before that video was taken. So I'm not like I mentioned to you, is like I feel like the whole like comparison to the thief of joy, like social media really exacerbates that.
Yeah.
Like you could do it consciously, but trust me, you're also doing it subconsciously.
Yeah.
Whether
Pretty much
like
the people that are watching this right now, they might think that like we're good, we're in a good place, we're happy.
Yeah.
But like you don't know what I'm feeling inside.
I'm fucking depressed, man.
Yeah. Like, dude, you want me to tell you
What is that?
to mental breakdowns, you want me to tell you what I did one time?
Yeah.
I'm a piece of shit, right? Like I'm one of those.
We all know that.
Yeah. Like,
Everyone is starting to understand that you are a piece of shit.
So listen to this. So on my birthday, right? One of my good buddies, he fucking he hooked up with this girl. That was a coworker to my girl at the time, right?
Yeah.
Like they're good friends or whatever. Was a coworker, I mean, ex-coworker. She works at a different place now, right?
Okay.
My buddy hooks up with her, whatever. At this time, he's kind of like on a break, but distant from his girl, but they still talk every day. It's very complicated situation, right?
There was never like a clear line.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, we're boyfriend girlfriend right now. No, it's like kind of like we're up in the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then a couple months, like maybe even a year, a couple months later, it goes down the road, and then you know when you used to go on Facebook and like it would say that, oh, this person's friends with this person now. Yeah, it would be like, oh, like
dude,
fuck,
Facebook is so it literally seems
it's changed so much
like
from when we were kids.
History. It literally seems like ancient history.
I still go on it, right?
Yeah,
so anyway, so we're on I'm on Facebook and I see that my buddy now is back with his girl, right? Full time, they're committed.
Yeah.
Boyfriend, girlfriend, right? His girlfriend just became friends with this girl. And I was just on my cursor and you know when you put it on top of a name, it will tell you this person goes to this school,
Gives you a
works
summary.
here. Quick summary, right? Mm-hmm. I looked and I'm like, oh, her summary is now she works with the girl that he hooked up with, which was Sabrina's friend months ago. I was like, oh shit.
Oh,
Instantly,
no.
I came up. I was like,
no.
my mind went somewhere real quick. I'm like, yo, I got this.
Oh no.
I don't know why. Like something hit me in the head where like, I'm an extremely good liar. I could fuck you up so quick, right? Anyways, so later on the day, meeting the boys, meet up, whatever, do hood rat shit, blaze, smoke, go to McDonald's, junior chicken, all that, right?
Yeah.
We go back to my house, and in front of my house is like a little cul-de-sac area. So we park, we're chilling in the car, and I'm like, fuck, I can't say his name. Okay, John. We'll go with John,
Yeah,
right? I'll be
John.
like, yo, John, dude, I gotta tell you something fucked up. Because at the same time, I kind of waited for this moment too, because I felt like I could bring it in. Him and his girl are kind of not talking right now.
You're so
Like
evil,
they're
dude.
a little bit whatever,
You're
right?
such a
Like,
piece of shit.
So listen to where this goes. So I'm like, oh, okay, so they're not talking right now. I'm gonna throw this in there. I'm like, yo, bro. I'm like, because before he was talking about how his girlfriend
Lisa?
Lizzie, right? Is what's it called? Has a new coworker, whatever, and all that. I'm like, dude, you know her coworker? She's actually friends with the girl that you hooked up with on my birthday, and she told them because they saw that we were mutual friends.
Yeah.
And she told them how she knew Mustafa and my girl at the time. She was like, dude, she told them how you hooked up, and now she told your girl.
Oh my gosh.
I've never, like, it felt so good to say it, but here's the fucked up part. I've never seen someone's whole life.
Just
He just looked out the
destroyed.
window and just stared, and he was like, he didn't know what to say. He didn't know what to do. And then he just went Super Saiyan. He was like, fuck, fuck, fuck. I was like, oh my God, right? What the fuck? I didn't expect anyone to have that much of a mental breakdown, right? He's like, fuck, man, fuck. I'm like, bro, it was good. It was tight, right? You said it was tight, wasn't it?
oh my
He's like, fuck, right? And then he's like, fuck, man, what the fuck? All this bad shit always happens to me, right?
Yeah.
Mental breakdown in front of my eyes, right? And I'm just like, yo, bro, I made that whole thing up. He looked at me. I'm like, dude, I made it all up. All of it was made up. I told him about what I saw on Facebook. He walked out of the car. He walked out of the car.
Dude, I
He
would
came
do
back.
the same.
He comes back. He's like, that was a good one. I was like, thanks. Thanks, bro.
Dude, my God.
But if I didn't know that she became friends with her, I
Yeah.
would have never done it.
Yeah.
But because of social media and I fucked this whole life up for that night.
No, and the funny thing is that you know how, you know, whether or not you're a good liar or you're a good storyteller, whatever the issue is, people do that.
Yeah.
Like people will, because of how much shit we see, because of all the the fucked up TV shows that you see, all these like weird scenarios that you're reading about now. Whereas like before, like, you know, your entertainment might be the monthly newspaper that comes in, or the monthly magazine. Like our brains, like we could all probably be like screenwriters or movie like directors.
Yeah.
Because of all the fucked up shit that we get exposed to.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's the most damaging part about social media is that like your mind will automatically go to, like, I mean, we already are very negative people, in general, but like your mind will automatically go to the depths of like Mariana's Trench, and how dark and how fucked up shit can be because you've seen it happen to someone else, because that familiar.
And social media can turn that gain up.
Just
like if you're negative, it can make you super negative.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like the biggest thing out of it is the fact of what you see in the virtual world is not what you're going to maybe see in the real world.
No.
Like that's I think the difference where people get it confused. I'm like, yeah, social media can help you maybe promote your business or maybe do whatever and all that, share your stories with people, but at the same time, it could destroy you. And then you're bringing that virtual world with you to your real life, where I'm just like, there has to be a clear balance,
yes,
right?
100%.
So it's like, yo, don't go on your phone as much, like, or if you're in a relationship, just be careful of what you do.
Yeah.
And if you are that type of guy that's going out and messaging other people or whatever, like, bro, like, why are you even in that relationship?
Stop. I've done that before.
Yeah,
it's not,
like,
it's not
you
worth it. It's not worth it.
It judges you as a character too. 100%. It's the fact of, it's there, it's a temptation, but that's what I'm saying with kids. Like, it's a temptation, but
it's like the candy at the candy shop.
yeah, like, don't go for it.
Yeah.
Like, and back even the last episode where you said where you can go on social media and you can actually lose yourself. Like when you said before, you're like, I'm grabbed this personality and I grabbed that and I brought that down. Where it's like, dude, like, just live. What I tell everyone, I'm like, bro, just live your life at the fullest you can be, And I don't give a fuck if you post on Instagram or
Yeah,
not.
no,
or
no,
whatever.
of course.
Bro,
Share
like,
it.
live your life as much as you can,
Yeah.
but enjoy the real world. Because at the end of the day, that virtual world can all be wiped out.
Yeah.
Facebook could just shut down one day. I highly doubt it. Mark was out there.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. But like that whole thing could just go away and evaporate. And then what do you have left? Your real life memories. Your those real life scenarios that you
It's
can
your,
have.
yeah, it's what you have left is in your head.
Yeah.
Rather than like what's actually out there. And I mean, like okay, so to continue, I just want to make one comment about like Instagram versus I think what's called like VSCO. So I've heard like I use Instagram for like podcasts and personally, but I don't use VSCO. But I have heard people who use VSCO or people who know people who use VSCO is that people who use that platform, they're a lot more willing to kind of share like not the perfect photos or like just a more wider range of photos. Whereas like on Instagram, it's like they want to keep the aesthetic and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like that's heavily influenced by the fact that in VSCO, you can't like photos. At least I don't think you can like photos. You guys can correct me, but you can't like them. You can't comment on it. It's just literally like an online gallery.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to a museum and you just look at it.
Yeah.
You can't. Can you imagine if you went to like the Louvre, like in Paris or in France, and then you could like literally like put a comment, like with a sticky note, put a comment next to Mona Lisa?
No, I beat the fuck out of you.
No, but you know what I mean. Like it's like that's like how much would that like alter like the like your perception of what you can post and what you should share, right? But let's leave that at that. But what I wanted to kind of really wrap this up on is like, what would you say? Like you've already mentioned a lot, but what would you say, like what's your tip to yourself? What's your tip to other people on like, if you can only give one, like how would you or how should you approach like bring in social media, that balance of social media and your personal life, your relationship? Because for you, like big thing right now with the marriage and everything, like the pressure is on too, given what people are sharing, given what people have posted before, that's all on you. So how are you handling
I go with my dad's saying.
Yeah.
My dad's saying is, before you get fucked, fuck them. That's a saying, right?
Yeah.
In Turkish.
It sounds better in Turkish.
In Turkish, it sounds way better. But in English, it's like, before you get fucked, you fuck them. So it's just the fact of like.
So how do you interpret that?
So what basically is the fact of, I tell her straight out, it's like, yo, babe, this is just some type of reality. Like this could be all like, who knows if it's fake, real, or whatever. But babe, whatever we do, it's going to be to the best that we can, and let's enjoy it. Let's not compare it to anyone else's. Like I take that initiative where, because if she keeps showing me, I'm fucking myself over.
Yeah.
Right? So like my dad said, before you get fucked, you fuck them. Right. So it's like, take advantage of what you know. Right. And just make it realistic. Don't live in some type of reality.
Yeah.
Always live in the real life, in the real world. What is our situation? Let's do the best that we can. And that's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
And I think what you said too is that like you want to create a unique experience with this person.
Yeah.
Right. And yes, like subjectively speaking, that unique experience is different for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, what might make me happy, like a marriage at the top of like the Swiss Alps might make me really happy. But then my partner might want to get married just at like a little like church, or like little barn in like, you know, buttfuck nowhere.
Yeah.
Right. It's important to know that, at least my tip for myself always is that what they're sharing, what we're seeing, even in this podcast right now, like what you're seeing in our conversations, whether it's funny, whether it's sad, it's just that one snippet of time. You know, the moment we walk away from this, the moment we head on home, we have to go back to real life.
Yeah.
Right. So just take whatever you see with a grain of salt.
Pretty much.
Like, don't let it like influence your life heavily. Start like, just not necessarily start, but like just live your life the way that you want to. You know, you only have so much money in your bank account. You only have like,
and we only have this one life.
Yeah.
That's it.
So why live what other people have lived? Live your life.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's life sucks. So what? Thanks for
you guys for
watching.
listening.
Peace, guys.
Peace.